Okay, so I just got back from the Pokemon World Championships 2025. It was the first Pokemon Worlds that I had ever been to, and my Pokemon hype is at an all-time high. And I could talk about my Pokemon Worlds experience for an unsurmountable amount of time, but I'm here today to specifically talk about the Pokemon Legends ZA demo that I got to play there. More specifically, I got to play 2 demos of Pokemon Legends ZA, and also, I wasn't even going to make a video about this at all, because this kind of goes against the videos that I've been working on right now, but this is also kind of a testament to how hyped I am for Legends ZA. Like, we haven't had a new mainline Pokemon game in 3 years, which is really crazy. But also, I'm kind of glad because, like, they've been taking their time with this one, and after playing those demos, it definitely shows. And, you know, from the release of Scarlet and Violet to today, Pokemon hasn't really been pushing out bangers for us. Like, I don't know, it's just all this microtransaction stuff, and it's not fun. But okay, I'm not here to be a hater. I'm sorry, I'm just passionate about this franchise that I hold so close and near and dear to my heart. But let me just say, ZA is looking freaking clean, man. It's looking clean. Every trailer that I watch for this game has me more and more hyped, and I have not been more hyped for a Pokemon game since, like, X and Y. That's actually a little insane to say. Like, I love Gen 7 through 9, but, you know, I still haven't played all the way through Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. That's, like, the only Pokemon game that I haven't played through. It's okay. I will one day, I promise. Okay, so if that's something you want to see, subscribe, because that's something I'm gonna do. Anyways, I've got some thoughts, so let's just talk about the demos. First thing I noticed is that the game is incredibly smooth. I felt like it ran at a consistent 60 FPS. I never had any lag spikes or frame drops or anything like that. Even when Pokemon were battling and it was intense and I was moving around and the Pokemon were moving around and stuff, excuse me, it all ran really well. Also, I will say this is one of my more favorite graphical wise looking Pokemon games. It's colorful and also detailed. It gives a very good mixed style of Legends Arceus and Scarlet and Violet, and I feel like they land on a really good art style because Legends ZA it just looks clean. It looks really nice. Oh, and I know that this is probably going to be a question on your mind if you watch the channel. No, you could not find shinies in the demos, unfortunately. The first demo kind of more so consisted of the ZA Royale, where, like, at night you go through Lumios and you battle your way up the ranks. And one thing about the battle system that I noticed is that it's very, very fluid and really fun, actually, because, you know, in Legends Arceus, you can run around with your character. You could just move your character while you're battling. In Legends ZA, though, it feels more important to do that. Like, you're controlling your character and you're controlling your Pokemon, but it's not turn-based. It's all real time, and you use A, B, X, and Y to choose your Pokemon's moves. And then so say you decide to use Growl. Growl is now on cooldown, but don't worry, you could still use Tackle. And running around felt more important too, especially with, like, the Rogue Mega Battles, which I'll get more into later, because the Rogue Mega Battle was more so in the second demo. In the first demo, again, it was just kind of going through, I hate to say a hallway, but I mean, there were invisible walls, there were places I couldn't go, I wasn't allowed to leave the area, I wasn't allowed to fast travel in this demo, I was only allowed to stay within the domains of what they wanted me to play in the demo, which was a little unfortunate, even though, yeah, I may have played dumb a little bit. I may have accidentally left the area more than one time just to see, because I was curious. What can I do? I'm playing a new Pokemon game. You expect me to just stay within the bounds of the Pokemon game? I'm sorry, but I can't do that. Like, literally, when I first started playing, the first thing I did was go into the inventory and check out the Pokemon. I mean, this is me being nitpicky if I had to say anything negative about the game, but when the first time that I looked at the menus and I saw the UI, I didn't really like it. I'm not really a fan of the UI. I kind of like the text boxes when the characters talk. I think that looks nice. But the menus aren't my favorite. I mean, again, if I gotta be nitpicky, I'm sorry, but I just am not a fan of the menus. That's it. Okay, is that okay? Is that okay? Anyhow, as I traversed this hallway, you're in between buildings, essentially. This also makes me think, like, oh, holy crap, I really hope this is not like another Scarlet and Violet thing where the buildings are there as just a decoration that you can't go inside of. I mean, Lumios is a gigantic city, and What do you do in cities? You explore, but you also go into buildings. Please let me go into plenty of buildings. I want to be able to explore buildings just as much as I'm exploring the outside. What if that's like their DLC? They're like, oh, guess what? Legends EA DLC, we're unlocking all the doors for you to go inside of. You can finally go into a coffee shop. You're gonna love this place. I just hope that, like, you know, going into the clothing shops is not just, I don't know, a menu. I'd like to go into a clothing shop and see what my options are. I also don't want to give out spoilers for what's not public knowledge, but I will say someone did go into a building in the ZA demo, and I will say the building was incredibly detailed. I mean, so much so to where you could see small things, and I really appreciated that, but I won't share what that looks like or anything like that, because again, they weren't supposed to go there. And yeah, sure, that was something that I may have tried to do, but look, it wasn't allowed, so, you know, I'm not gonna share it. In the demo, there was no character customization. You kind of just played as the protagonist. But also, thank God there was no character customization in the demo, because I would have spent the entire 10 minutes of both demos just customizing my character. Because that is another thing that I'm very hyped about with this game, is that the character models look incredibly beautiful. I mean, the characters just look, they're top notch, dude. Anyhow, okay, I need to get more into, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm not used to making a video like this. Like, I used to make videos like this all the time, but like this video specifically, especially with now the way that I've been pushing my channel, it's weird for me to be doing this. So oh God, I hope you've been enjoying it, because I'm just talking about Legends EA. I just want to yap about Legends EA, okay? Anyways, when I started the first demo, I had looked through my inventory and kind of checked out my Pokemon, saw what items were there. There was one thing in my key items, which was a key. I believe it was a key to my room, I guess, the room that I'm staying in. So, hey, maybe we get to decorate our room. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe not. Maybe we could get some furniture and stuff like that. That'd be cool. Anyways, as I continued on, I talked to Urbane, and Urbane was like, hey, you ready to do some battles? And I was like, sure, I guess. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. There were 4 Pokemon in my party, a Fletchling, a Chikorita, which is great because that's probably the starter I'm going to choose, a Mareep, and a Weedle. And so I thought immediately, I was like, okay, I need to get this Weedle up to level 10 because I want to evolve it into Kakuna, and I want to evolve it into Beedrill. So I put Weedle in the front of the party. Weedle was able to beat the first trainer. Then I fought the second trainer, and I did need a little bit of help, so I used Mareep in the second battle. And then as I was going forward, this is when because we only had a 10-minute time limit to play this demo. So I was thinking, like, okay, maybe I can, you know, there were items on the ground, so I wanted to pick up all the items. And apparently, I learned that in the demo, the items are randomized. They're randomized because one of my friends, they got an experience candy, and I didn't get an experience candy. And I know I picked up every item because I was checking every freaking nook and cranny. Also, I forgot to mention, this was confirmed by a Nintendo employee there. They did say that the items were randomized. Anyhow, as I continued on, I got to this boss Pidgeotto, who absolutely slapped me, but only slapped me with one move and knocked out one of my Pokemon before my time limit was up. So I was pretty slow in getting to the boss of the first demo, but that was just because I was taking the long road. I was going really slow and exploring and seeing everything that I could do. And yeah, I just wanted to see everything that was possible for me to see in the demo. Without it, you know, getting kicked out. Because I mean, again, I walked out of, there's a barrier, and when I walked out of the barrier, you know, I was into town. The Nintendo rep, one of the Nintendo people there was like, "Hey, you gotta go back in. You gotta, come on. What are you doing? What are you doing here? Stop." So, anyways, I got to see a part of the city. But yeah, I couldn't go out very far. It would have been so funny if I walked out into the city and I just heard Birdelading, which we still don't know how shinies even are going to work in Legends EA. We kind of assume it's going to be very similar to Legends Arceus, but again, we don't know. So I am excited to find out how that plays into the game. And you know, I'm also just very excited because I will be obviously shiny hunting in the game when it's out. After I played the first demo, it said, "Thank you for playing." It ran out of time. So I started walking away out of the demo space. I was walking out, and the employee was like, you don't want to play again?" And I was like, I can play again? Yeah, you can play again. There's an open station right here. And I thought, like, maybe someone had skipped out or something like that. I had zero clue that there was a second demo. So I set up at the station and I'm like, cool. All right, well, this time I'm going to speedrun. This time I'm going straight for that Pidgeotto. And I'm knocking it out of the sky, dude. I'm going to train up Mareep. Mareep's going to slap that thing. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. And as soon as I got into the demo, I was like, wait, this is different. And then I realized, oh, there's 2 demos. Oh, I just had no idea. I had zero clue. So anyways, I started playing the second demo, and in the second demo, we're more out in like a street market. We're obviously, we've been outside the whole time. I mean, you know, again, it's going to be pretty incredible if we get to go into buildings again. Remember when we got to go into a building? Anyways, I'm stupid. This is stupid. Anyhow, I was at this market area. I could buy something there, but they also wanted me to sell stuff, and I was like, oh, I could do that, but how much time do I have? I want to at least beat this demo. So instead, I opted into going out and playing the actual demo instead of exploring as much. So one thing that I noticed was that there were these mega stones on the ground, and it's similar to like in Legends Arceus where you shake a tree or you hit a rock or whatever to get some items. That's what these were. These were these mega energy stones that you could get. So I would hit them and then get some. Don't know what they're for yet. I can only assume it's for this mega energy to be able to mega evolve your Pokemon, because your Pokemon now, when they do mega evolve, they're on a timer as opposed to lasting for the rest of the match. Because again, this is not a turn-based game. This is it's all real time. So very exciting. I got some mega energy stuff and started making my way through the town. And here's where I'll get nitpicky one more time. Okay, Doggy Zygarde form shows up, which is the 10% form of Zygarde. That form shows up. It's one of my favorite forms. Dude, Zygarde just in general is my favorite legendary Pokemon. So again, the fact that we're getting a game fully about my favorite legendary just adds to the hype and the excitement that I have for this game. Holy crap. Anyhow, we see Doggy Zygarde form, and he's running away, and so we gotta chase him. When we're chasing him, I didn't know how to run in the game. You're not supposed to hold B, you're just supposed to press B. At least that's how it was for me. Instead of holding, I was trying to figure it out. Instead of holding B, you just have to press the B button once, and now you have run mode engaged. So anyways, you chase this doggy through the town. I was stopping, hitting some rocks, getting some mega energy. Eventually, though, again, this is where I get nitpicky here. There's a cutscene that plays once you catch up to Zygarde, and Zygarde looks at you, and you know how in Pokemon, especially the newer Pokemon games, when there's a cutscene playing and there's an animation that needs to play that is not structured to that model, instead of them making a full animation for it, the screen just turns to black. The screen just fades to black, and then the action happens. We kind of just have to sit there and imagine what has just transpired. And what happens is that Zygarde runs up to you in this weird way. The camera kind of cuts down, and then it shows Zygarde run up to you. Zygarde hits you, I guess, or I don't know, carries you up to this roof of this building. So Zygarde, goes up, boom, boom, and then you're up on top of the building. But you don't see any of it. That's just what happens because the screen fades black as soon as Zygarde runs up to you. And then, bam, you're on a roof. I hate to get nitpicky because, I get it, but at the same time, I don't know. It's a little boring to look at. It's boring to see the screen fade to black, and then we're just suddenly up there. Anyhow, when we get up there, I skipped a whole part. Emma and AZ, is that how you... Is it AZ or is it Az? Anyways, I'm pretty sure it's AZ. Emma and AZ are there, and they're talking about how there's this wild Pokemon that's on the loose, and it's a rogue mega Pokemon. So we do know about this from the last trailer that we got. We know that there are rogue megas, which is something that we kind of talked about the possibility of. Like in Legends Arceus. Legends Arceus had these alphas. Now we have these rogue megas. And I guess we also still have alphas as well. So I'm hoping, whoa, holy crap, can we get rogue alpha mega shiny Gardevoir or something like that? Is that a possibility? I don't know, but I'm excited to find out. Anyways, there's this rogue Pokemon out on the loose. It's rogue mega Absol, and they give us a Lucario. The Lucario is there to help us. And so anyways, Zygarde throws us up onto the roof, and now we are there to face and fight the Mega Absol. So Absol Mega Evolves. It's kind of like being in a space-time distortion. essentially. That's what it kind of felt like. And so this was very similar to the Alpha Noble Pokemon that we fought in Legends Arceus, except we're not throwing beans. Instead, we're battling this with our Pokemon, and we can obviously fight and hit, but we gather these Mega Orbs that fall from the Rogue Mega Pokemon, and when we get them, we get this meter charged up so we can Mega our Pokemon. So we're able to Mega Lucario, and when Lucario Mega evolves, it looks really awesome, and then it's able to do a lot more damage to the Rogue Mega Pokemon. Then when it runs out, we got to just keep attacking and keep dodging also. So it's really fun because, again, it's all real time. And so you're running around dodging while you're also making sure to press the buttons as fast as you possibly can in order to get the most moves off in time. It was really fun. It was a very, very fun boss fight because Mega Absol, it was using like these giant moves that you really had to actually dodge. So I'm kind of curious what it looked like if we would have lost the battle. But anyways, I ended up eventually winning, and I got to Mega Lucario twice. One thing that I did notice is that the small cutscene happens when we Mega Lucario, but the second time that you Mega your Pokemon, it doesn't show the cutscene. It instead just plays like in the game, like while you're in the battle. It just immediately your character touches their Mega Ring, and then boom, you see your Pokemon Mega Evolve, which is really, really cool. The battle, though, was so fun. It felt more engaging, it felt more enticing, and it felt more, like, I guess, stressful in like a good way. It was like, whoa, crap, oh, dang, this thing could beat me, because I think Absol only hit me twice in the demo, but again, I was still trying to figure out my character, and moving your character and also making sure that your Pokemon's able to attack at the same time was really fun to figure out. The difficulty was just right. It didn't feel easy. It felt like just the right amount of challenging, and I really appreciate Pokemon for doing that, because it makes me personally more excited for the game because I like a challenge. I don't know, I'm just really, really hyped for this game. I seriously cannot wait. I'm counting down the days, man. Like, before we know it, this game is going to be out, and I'm just so freaking excited. But that was my experience with the Legends ZA demo. I hope you enjoyed this video and you got something from this. Again, I don't typically make videos like this, so holy crap, I hope you did enjoy it, and again, you learned something from it, and you're at least a little bit more hyped about the game. This is not an advertisement for the game. I am just a gigantic Pokemon fan, and I'm really, really excited, and I'm stupidly hyped for this game. Again, I think Pokemon has taken more of their time with this one, and they've learned their lesson with how fast and rushed Scarlet and Violet was, and how awful it played and looked. But, you know, again, playing Scarlet and Violet on Switch 2, if the game would have released like that, I think we all would have been really, really happy. And seeing how Legends ZA played, and how it looks, and how it feels, just there's so many dynamics that make this into something that I cannot wait for. More so than ever, because I actually got to play the game and I had my hands-on experience with it, and my hype was real for it. I was trying to downplay my hype for the game. I was like, don't get too hyped, because yeah, you've seen some cool trailers and the game seems fun, but like, you know, you haven't played it yet, so what if it's bad? And now that I've actually played it, I'm like, no, it's not bad. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great, and I cannot wait. Yeah, I still have a few questions that I need answered. You know, I'm still very curious about, like, you know, well, this is a side thing, but like how shinies work in the game. Is it gonna be like Legends Arceus, or is it gonna be like Pokemon Let's Go, where there's no sound and it's just just a sparkle, or just like, I don't know, like Scarlet and Violet, where it's just the Pokemon is shiny. They're just a different color. My final thoughts is that I'm just basically stupidly hyped for the game. So hyped that obviously I made an entire video about this. So, you know, I feel like that should sell my credit for this a little bit. But seriously, I'm really curious. What are your thoughts on Legends ZA so far? Please let me know down in the comments. I don't know what this video is gonna do, man. I don't know if this video is even gonna get views at all. But again, I just wanted to talk about Legends ZA, so I will be making a ton of Legends ZA content, so subscribe if you're new. If you're somehow new and you watched this entire video, then, I mean, that's crazy, so thanks. That's everything. Stay hyped for ZA, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.